This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that far. When Andre Ward says that Caleb Plant can get the knockout against Canelo Alvarez, it's facts. Canelo Alvarez is not legendary. He's ordinary. Let me say it again. Canelo Alvarez is not legendary. He's ordinary. Don't let a coon buffoon that's getting ramrodded, that's wheelchair fucking bound consistently and authentically tell you otherwise. Don't let someone that's tossing the cinnamon dust, Alvarez horchata ass crack, tell you otherwise. Don't let someone that's sitting here gargling the freaking cinnamon toast crunch ball sacks, got that from Ben Castro, salute to Ben Castro, tell you otherwise. Because when it's all said and done, Andre Ward is SOG. He's an unofficial airfield fighter. And when you have somebody like that in your corner, knockouts are very possible to happen. Didn't Andre Ward finish Sergey Kovalev? They said Andre Ward didn't have no power. But clearly you have to have something to keep somebody off of you. Andre Ward had that. Andre Ward understands how to fight on the inside and on the outside. I don't know if Caleb Plant will win. But what I do know is if Caleb Plant conditioning is on point, Andre Ward is the perfect person to be in his corner at this point, because Andre Ward had the great, basically what we would say, Mackie Shieldstone. Mackie Shieldstone's a hellified personal trainer. Always had Andre Ward in peak condition so that Andre Ward could perform at the highest levels. Andre Ward in championship rounds had the stamina and the conditioning. This is what Caleb Plant's gonna need. He can't look like he did in the last fight. With Canelo Alvarez, you cannot take no rounds off. Your conditioning has to be on point. You have to be clicking on all fucking cylinders, because it's not because of a legendary fighter that you're dealing with. You're actually dealing with a very ordinary as fuck fighter that's petrified and scared of black elite fighters. But Caleb Plant has black elite fighter skill sets in him. They call him sweet hands for a reason, because those hands are sweet. He has more boxing ability. He has more boxing skills. So from a boxing standpoint, he can get the knockout. He's the bigger guy. Why not? He's consistently 168. Canelo Alvarez is tinkering with 168. Let me say it again. He's consistently 168. Canelo Alvarez is tinkering with 168. So yes, the knockout is evident and the knockout is possible. But Caleb Plant has to do three fundamental things. One, he can't take no rounds off. Basically, he's going to have to ensure that he's boxing up Canelo Alvarez every round from round 1 to round 12. Two, the conditioning has to be on point. The conditioning has to be in peak form. This man has to be conditioned like a well-oiled machine, like nobody's business. He can't sit here walking around here bullshitting and fuck shitting. If he does that, he's going to find himself in a precarious situation of a boxing judging gifting decision. And three, Caleb Plant cannot take the foot off the gas. You can't sit here and admire what you did in the last round, even if you did something great. It has to be like golf, short-term memory, and get right back again at it, and basically keep the foot on the what on the X, and keep the foot on the what on the Knicks, and apply what unlimited pressure, because pressure does what? It bursts pipes. You do this, you should defeat Canelo Alvarez. You should defeat Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't see why he can't. When it's all said and done, Caleb Plant has every opportunity to knock out Cinnamon Toast Crunch if he follows the three game plans that He Knows Everything told you, the three blueprints that He Knows Everything so eloquently and astutely, from an astute observation and assessment, told you. And listen to Andre SOG Ward. Listen to everything that he says. Bend the proverbial fucking knee and kiss the ring while he's at it. To every instruction that Andre SOG Ward is telling him. Remember everything Tony told him from a rough housing standpoint. How to get your punches off. Right when you split, bam. That's what James Toney taught him. Right when you break away, bam, get his ass. He's going to have to do these things. These things are going to create delineations. They're going to create distinctions. They're going to create gulfs and separations. But Canelo Alvarez has to have the mindset to understand that his ass is not fucking legendary and that his ass is ordinary. Caleb Plant's going to have the mindset that, you know what, this motherfucker is not legendary. In actuality, he is fucking ordinary. And as long as Caleb Plant has that, as long as his corpus callosum, his cerebellum, his neuro-linguistic programming, his medulla oblongata is kicking on all fucking cylinders, then guess what, Houston? We don't have a fucking problem. But absent any of these things, then Houston, we have a fucking problem. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the Neeks. I keeps the foot on the Neeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.